And now, the moment you've been waiting for all week, Courtney Smith's weekly video newsletter, TradeSmith.
Oh my goodness, what a week. Everything just exploded to the upside, bringing us more massive profits in our portfolio. This is really, really exciting. Hey, everybody, Courtney Smith here with our weekly newsletter, TradeSmith. Looking forward to it. Of course, I'm always looking forward to this disclaimer. It's like, I just have it framed and put above my my fireplace. What can I say? All right, look at this. S&P 500 explodes to the upside. We've only had one down day in the last 2 weeks, and here we are at new all-time highs. Purple predictor is bullish. It looks like that early January dip is just not going to happen. I'll talk more about that in the seasonal section. Let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Look at the buying pressure, that green line in the upper right-hand corner, exploding to the upside. That's buying pressure in the market. Selling pressure, very low. Very low. In fact, it really can't go any lower because you can see we're like at about 8 and 0 is the lowest. So buying pressure is exploding. Selling pressure is about the same. And that caused the Dow to gap higher on Friday, accelerating the uptrend. Nasdaq, same situation, exploding to the upside, extremely exciting markets, creating massive profits in our portfolios. Seasonality breaks to the upside, giving us even an all clear sign. And now take a look at this. This is our indicator. When this is in a bull market during the seasonally bullish period, we double the size of our positions, double them. Unbelievable. At least go up 50%. So, oh my God, how much money can you be making right now? It's embarrassing how many Rolls Royces you'll have in your driveway. Now, this chart comes from Stock Traders Almanac. And you can see that in the midterm election years, either line, it doesn't matter. You can see that they expected a dip here in January into about the third week. And at the same time, we've been skyrocketing higher. Now, this is actually very, very bullish. I always assume that normal seasonality will occur. So the question happens is, how do you interpret when there is an exception to what is supposed to happen? Well, if a market responds bullishly when it's supposed to respond bearishly, that is super bullish. In other words, right now, the seasonality is bearish. Imagine what the market would be doing if it was bullish. So here's what's going to happen then. The market is going to continue to move higher during this seasonally bullish period. Then, in a week or two, you can see that the seasonality turns very bullish into really late April. That means that the market will probably continue to skyrocket into April. In other words, the bearish seasonal pressure will be eliminated and we'll have seasonally bullish pressure to drive the market to even higher prices. Please, 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 please get long. Okay, yield curve is going to be, you can see right now, actually, it's bullish for the next couple of weeks. Then it's going to start to cap prices. So far, it's not having much effect either on the bear side. Asset allocation. This is where the money's coming from. The money's coming from the bond market. Money is coming out of bonds and into stocks. So even though stock investors are reasonably bullish, they're still not super bullish by any means. So there's plenty of new stock buyers still to buy, and we're seeing a lot of money come in from the bond market. So there's plenty of liquidity out there to continue to drive this market higher. It's not like we're running out of buyers. No, we're not even close to that. Stock market RISKDICATOR. This is something that I've been talking about for several months about how the market was going up, but they didn't really want to get into risky sectors like technology or healthcare or things like that. And now all of a sudden, that's it. We want super risky stocks. And this is bullish for the market because it means people are reaching out to, and they're getting more aggressive at buying. And when they get aggressive at buying, that drives the market to a much higher level. That's why the stock market RISKDICATOR is so important. And now we see that they want to take a lot more risk. In just the last week. We've broken to new highs. So this is also very bullish for the market. Global shares have taken off, although I have to say I'm just focusing on the U.S. market because it's going crazy and it's easier to trade. Bonds staggering sideways. Purple predictor bullish, but just hang on 1 second, and I want to show you our indicators. Take a look at this. Oops, what the hell? Got the wrong chart. Well, so let me tell you what they say. It's bearish for bonds. The key factors are bearish for bonds. I apologize for making a mistake there. That means that we're going to see more money flow out of bonds and into the stock market. The dollar, just as we told you a week ago, cracked that red line, that head and shoulders top. It did what's called a rebound. It went back up to the breakout level and then collapsed again. This is very bearish for the U.S. dollar. Very bearish for the U.S. dollar. Once again, if bonds are going down, that means interest rates are going up, and that should attract capital into the United States, but it's not. So if we have bullish news, but the market reacts bearish, that's actually super bearish for the U.S. dollar. Now, if it's bearish for the U.S. dollar, it's bullish for gold. So I'm getting pumped up about this gold market. I don't have a position in here, but I think we're going to go up to 1,400 and beyond. Maybe not to infinity and beyond, but at least to 1,400 and beyond. So I'm trying to get a position on. I don't really have one on right now. Our indicators in gold all turned bullish in the last week. We talked briefly about how it was kind of shaky there for a little while, but now you can see that clearly every indicator is bullish for gold. You've got to be long gold in some way, shape, or form. Oil also moving higher, as we've talked about. I had to change my opinion. Look, hey, and I look for it to go higher, but I think it'll start to struggle a little bit more. All right, freebies, love having you here. You know what you need to do. You need to make some big money, and the way to make the big money, well, it's obviously to get the super cool stock and options recommendations from TradeSmith, the premium version. All right, everybody, freebies, we'll see you later. All you fully paid up members, just hang in there.